Okay, I've got a very special double-header episode for you today, guys. I've got my power rankings and my fantasy MotoGP preview for the upcoming race in where we're going back to Misano for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. So what we're going to do is, if you're here for the normal fantasy content, you don't normally watch power rankings, we're going to do the power rankings first so that you can get into it. We're going to watch some power rankings. We're going to take our power rankings from Kota. We're going to work through the power rankings. Then we're going to end up in our fantasy MotoGP preview for this week. And we're going to see what I've done with my team in the run-in. We're on the way home. We're almost out of MotoGP for the year, which is very sad. But we're going to have a lot of content coming after that anyway, so it's fine. So settle in, grab a beer, and let's get going. We had a very eventful weekend in Kota. I think, if I can even bloody remember going back. I mean, I did these power rankings after the race. I was on the Monday. And then I've just been putting this off. I've been putting this off, making this video. I can't hardly remember back. But luckily, I did just have a chat with Leighton at the LTV Sportscast. We've just recorded the pod. I've remembered what happened last 3 weeks ago in MotoGP. So make sure I'll link that to the MotoGP chat in the description below. Go check that chat out this week because it was a quality one. I was also on the F1 and the football pod this week, so thanks, Leighton, for having me on all three podcasts in the same week. Stoked to be a part of it. It was awesome. Definitely go check them out if you're into people just chatting shit about MotoGP, or if you're into F1, or if you're into football. Go check them all out. And anyway, yeah, let's chat power ranking, shall we? At number 10, after Kota, dropping 2 places, Aleix Espargaro DNF, didn't he? So yeah, unlucky, mate. Down to 10. He's hanging in there because there wasn't as much quality in the guys coming up from below him. Anyway. At number 9, holding position. And it's a bit of a shame that I didn't manage to work him up the order here. And you'll know why when we get to number 8. But it's Enea Bastianini. Another top ride by this lad. He's looking every bit the next big talent in MotoGP. And expecting another proper result from him come Misano this weekend. And anyway, that guy at number 8 that stopped him from going up 1 is Marc Marquez. He's rocketed into the top 10 into number 8. What a performance. His form is undeniable at the moment, so we finally managed to work him back into our top 10 for the first time since, I can't remember. So he's at number 8. He looked every bit Marc Marquez of old. This could have been any one of the Texan Grand Prix from 2013 or whatever it is until 2018. No injury, layoff, nothing. It just looked the same. It was just standard Mark, right? So really good performance. Expecting good things from this weekend again as well. At number 7, down a place, Joan Mir. Just a standard show for him, I guess. I mean, I can't. Where did he even finish? I mean, he finished 8th. There you go. I mean, a bit of a no-show from him. So that's why he's down a place. At number 6, upper position despite not a great finishing position. It's our first Moto3 or non-MotoGP entry for this week. And number 6 is Pedro Acosta. Upper place simply because he did not die in that accident and he stood up and walked off the circuit. So fucking fair play, lad, for a 17-year-old, and he's a huge talent, and that incident was awful. And yeah, walked away. Good job. And to all the other couple of lads that walked away, I think it was Mino was in there, and who else was in there? But yeah, well, big incident and very dangerous, and well done, Pedro. At number 5 this week, and dropping a position, my boy Remy. It's the lowest he's been in a long time, this actually. DNF. He crashed his first real mistake in a race of the season, I think. And I mean mistake, I mean big mistake, not just a mistake where you drop a few positions. This is him out of the race, and it was almost home and hosed in the title race, and now I'm a little bit worried, and we'll talk about this next guy later as well, that's chasing him down. But yeah, Remy, the form guide between him and his title rival isn't quite on his side at the moment. It's a bit of a worry, but I'm fully confident from the next 3 Grand Prix. I think he's got another race win in him. I won't be surprised if it's this weekend, a real answer back, and hopefully he can. But yeah, we love him, and we hope. I might be the only one. I hope he hangs on. I honestly hope he hangs on. At number 4, upper position, swapping with Remy this week, is Dennis Foggia. If he finishes the race, he finishes on the podium. Death, Taxes, and Foggia finishing on the podium when he finishes a race. They're the 3 certainties. I love this guy. I love him. To number 3 now, and down from number 2 is Pecco Bagnaia. A harsh drop. It's probably the harshest position drop of the week, because he was very good, and he did manage to get himself on the podium in a real big fight back. He had to come through a lot of guys. I know maybe the handover from the Ducati riders ahead of him were a little easy, let's be honest, but he's ended up 3rd. I've dropped him a position only for one reason, and that one reason is Raul Fernandez, who is at number 2 this week, because this guy, he's been unreal. Right, I mean, he was never really out of the title race, but it was one of those ones where Remy could just guide it home, couldn't he? Now all of a sudden it's race on. Ever since this guy broke his hand, or whatever the hell he did that he needed to go get surgery for, he's been... I mean, he was good before that, but he's been phenomenal since it. This is going to be a grandstand finish. Like I said, I think Remy's got one more race win in him, but it's just whether or not Raul Fernandez has more race wins in him, which he may have. It's a little worrying from an Australian's perspective, because I would love to see Remy win the world title. But I think these two are brilliant, and I think Raul Fernandez has been exceptional, and I think, has he now tied Marquez for most wins in a Moto2 rookie season, or whatever it is? This kid's every bit the real deal. He's every bit the real deal. And well done to him. But that means that still on top, because of his consistency, and he's about to become the world champion, is Fabio Quartararo. Whether it happens this week or next, who knows? He's going to be the world champion. He's still at number 1. Not much else to say. And that's your power rankings for this week, guys. And here comes Fantasy MotoGP. What am I going to do this week? Let's find out. Let's jump straight in. Okay, so here we are. Here's how our team is looking. I mean, it's not bad. I'm pretty happy with this. This is the kind of thing that nets you a lot of points, but can we improve somewhere? And if we can, what will it be? Look, the only thing I'd want to try and do is bring in Pecco. And the only way to bring in Pecco is to lose Fabio. And I don't know if that's worth doing. But what I'm going to try and do here is tee myself up for the week after to bring in Pecco. Yeah, I mean, it could be too late. And the way I'm going to do it is, I know that if you've been following along, I said that Joan Mir was a must-have for the rest of the season, but I'm about to do this. All right, so here we go. And big ups to Leighton from the podcast, from the LTV Sportscast pod. Make sure you listen to it, because he's given me this idea, and I'm just going to back him in because he's doing better than me this season. It's to bring in old mate Enea Bastianini, hottest rider in the field right now. It's big. Yeah, look, I'm not normally this brazen, but here we go. That's it. That's done. Bastianini's in. That gives us some healthy salary left to bring in Pecco potentially for next week, because you've got to have him, right? And that's how we're going to attack this one. Marquez, Fabio Gold with Ducati, Martin and Enea Bastianini as silver riders. And I think we've got close to a full podium here, plus Pecco I think is going to win the race. We're off to Mazzano again. I think we can expect similar, if not the same, it's not exactly the same, but similar results to what we got last time. But let me know what you think. How are you going into this race? Who are your top 3? What do you think of the power rankings? And if you did manage to stick around for this whole video, if you're normally a power rankings watcher, or you're normally just a fantasy MotoGP video watcher, and you've managed to watch both this week, tell me what you think. If you like the double format, thought we'd try something new this time. Double format of the power rankings and the fantasy vids together. A bit more quick fire on both. But yeah, tell me what you think of it. We're looking ahead to next season now. We're about to be finished our first season of making YouTube videos for MotoGP, and we've got to figure out what format we're going to do next season. And we're going to stick with all this stuff, and how we're going to do it, and what kind of videos are we going to do. So give me your feedback. Do you like this double header style? Do you like it when they're separate? Do you want individual videos for each thing? If you like the videos, hit like, subscribe. It's free. Just do it. Just hit subscribe. It's easy. And that's it from me this week. Short and sharp. Love you and leave you. Pour another one. Let's get going. See you on the next one. I'll see you after the Grand Prix. Bye.